Good morning. Welcome to this morning sunny southeast Idaho. This is introductory video from Idaho CJ Restoration. So my name is Bart Hansen and I am the crazy man behind this whole mess. So I'm going to show you through the shop today and some of the things we do in hopes that we can begin to involve some of our customers and those that enjoy Jeep CJs more. So what I do is I do Jeep CJ restoration work. Is our main focus. Let's see. I've been doing this now for about 5 years. I've always had a Jeep, a CJ that is, ever since I could drive, and ever since I could afford to, I would get one. So I've had a number of them for a while, and now I buy and sell parts and help people with projects, and we have branched also into Cherokees, Wagoneers, and J trucks, but we mainly specialize in 76 to 86, some intermediate, not a lot, but anyway, we began to build up our shop and build up client and people who just come and want to talk about Jeeps and visit our shops. So I'm going to walk you through a few of those things and show you some of our projects. So if you could see in the background, so I do have a few projects here. This is an 83 CJ7 that I picked up. I have one here that I built for my sister a number of years ago, and she just kind of stores it here. I know you'd find it hard to believe, but the wind blows very bad here in southeast Idaho, so sometimes things can be a little dusty. So we're outside the main shop right now. We have a lot of parts that we store, and I have a lot of people that come and pick through them and get what they need, and so I'm going to walk you through some of that. So we have a number of motors and a disarray of parts, motors. We try to, when we pull stuff apart, save bolts and everything original, so that those that are putting together their project can get it back together as easily as possible and as original as possible. So that's one thing that I like to provide anyone that comes after parts, is those original bolts. So yeah, when we tear down a frame and one that is not rebuildable, we try to save everything. So all right, we're gonna walk over here to my first shop where I first started. This is my little beauty, 86 CJ7. Just got done putting a 350 Chevy in it. I'll have to show that here and some of its modifications as we go along. This is This is the shop I started this whole mess in. This is a Quonset hut, if those of you that aren't familiar with that. It's very common in Idaho. Big half circle type building that you store farm equipment in and whatnot. So it's been converted, and it had an upper floor added to it. So anyway, that's not what we're watching here. So yeah, I have a number of projects in here. 78 CJ7 factory automatic that I'm actually building this for my wife. Installing a Sniper EFI, and so we'll film that at a later date and bring you along on that project. Also have a 66 CJ5 project for a friend of mine. This he bought it has a really excellent body, very little rust. It didn't have a motor or transmission. So we're in the process of trying to decide amongst all this stuff what to put in it. Currently this is a 151 Iron Duke that came out of a CJ5 that I came across. It's in really good shape, has all its parts and pieces, runs really good. So we're going to put a T5 behind it and Dana 300 transfer case, and get it running for him. We're looking at putting a newer steering column in, and putting a newer heater box, all upgrades that is going to take time, and we'll bring you along on that one as well, that build. Yeah, so I have lots of parts for CJs, like I've been saying. I try and save pretty much everything I can. Ever since we started doing this, we used to work open air. I actually had my lift was open air, and it became really difficult in the wintertime to work on anything. So a couple of years ago I put this roof in above, and we just enclosed this end here, so there's doors at each end. But these are some of the projects we have in here. So this is my 83 Wagoneer 360 automatic, and I'm putting a vacuum delete in it so that it will have four-wheel drive when I want it. I had terrible problems with the vacuum system. When you needed four-wheel drive, you couldn't get it. Every time you'd shift the lever on the dash, sometimes it would work, sometimes it wouldn't. So kind of a pain. So I put in a manual shift link that goes in the floor that will shift the levers by hand. One thing I did encounter was this interesting little gem. It's kind of dark, but this is a Dana 44 front, and it has a vacuum operated shift mechanism in it. I guess from some research I found that was only in 82 and 83 that they used that, and only behind the 229 transmission, or transfer case, sorry, the 229 transfer case. And that's what this one has, is the 229 transfer case. So yeah, so I gotta build a manual link or cable throw to it so that we can make sure that that stays in and out. Anyway, the other thing you may have noticed in here is our crawler project. This is the tub from a 79 CJ7. We're building a crawler with this. You may have noticed the cage outside when we were walking around out there. So we've extended the wheel wells back. We're adding boat sides to it for rock slides. We took these two metal fender flares that were for a JK front, and we modified them so we could put them on the back side here. We fabricated them and they actually fit really nice. So we'll bring you along with that. The frame for that is over here. This has been a project my brother and I have been working on for quite some time. This is a beautiful 1982 CJ7 frame that we've modified and strengthened and built the 4-link kit on. We've got some video, and we'll have some more with this as we go along. This has a custom built Ford 9-inch rear, 456 gears, disc brakes, Dana 44 front. My brother is very meticulous about building things and having them look good. The brake lines, he built all the brake lines by hand and bent them for this system. We shortened the rear, moved the axle back further. Yeah, these are all parts that we got from a company, and I'll mention them. This will have a 5.7 Chevy. This motor right here that we've been building. Custom work done, or the machine shop work done, was done by Barry's Machine Shop here in Paul, Idaho. Big shout out to Barry's for the incredible work they've done. This will have a very low end torque. Anyway, this is gonna be awesome. Transmission wise, 7R 400. Does that sound right? And a custom Dana 20 that actually came with another project that I purchased from somebody else that had rolled down a mountain, and we got the axles and the transmission, transfer case, a few things like that. So yeah, this is a little crowded in here, but we make it work. There's only 2 of us right now working in here, and between that and finishing the projects and selling parts, you can see some more of my parts here. Things stay pretty busy. I have another full-time job. I work in town. My brother works on some other stuff, or he works on projects here in the shop, as he's disabled, and so he's able to concentrate on that. Right now he's working on a CJ7 for a friend of ours, getting it ready for paint. It's in the paint booth here behind me, and we'll show you that finished product when we get further down. So there'll be a lot of projects, a lot of different videos coming up. Hopefully you'll watch, and we're gonna go head outside to the backyard where all the parts are. Okay, this is out back, and luckily where I live, I don't have to worry about my neighbors getting too irritated about my crazy hobby, because I don't have any neighbors. well, I do across the street, but I turn the camera and I show out back here, you can see that we are quite a ways from pretty much everything, farmland around us. So yeah, I'm able to have my little corner of the world here, and nobody really cares. It's anytime anybody comes out here, they're all like, oh, I can't believe you're out clear out there and you don't have any neighbors, and that's just perfect. So anyway, as you can see, we have a number of projects out here as well. 79 J truck, 77 Wagoneer, 401 that belongs to a buddy of mine from Montana. Also CJ5 belongs to a friend of mine from Vernal, Utah. This is kind of the wrecking yard. We salvage a lot of parts, try to salvage everything we can from these old guys, and use everything we can. I've shipped parts all across the country, a lot of different places, and including Australia. People that have asked me about parts and pieces. So this is kind of the Wagoneer Cherokee row, and the CJs are a little harder to find. They're getting difficult. I have to go a lot further and pay a lot more than I used to. Here's our CJ's row. Parts and pieces. Oh, there's my wrecker build. So that'll also be coming up on a video as well. Building an off-road wrecker is one of those things that seems to be pretty popular right now, and I'm going to use it here around the yard to lift motors and stuff. I don't have anything currently, so I picked this up not far away from here, and it's in pretty good shape, and so we're going to install it in the J truck once it's done. So we'll take you along and follow on that. So some more CJ parts, Chevy frame. Got a lot of good frames. Send a lot of those out east to those in the east that fight rust. I've sent a number of those. We ship a lot of parts through BC Vintage Jeeps out of Delta, Colorado right now. Bob and I have a pretty good relationship as far as finding and selling parts, so he's a big help. Anyway, so yeah, here's our few more CJs, and that's kind of it. So hopefully this will pique some of your interest, and some of you that are into CJs as much as I am will tune in, watch our channel. With the help of my son, we're going to get this YouTube going and try to bring you some different things, not only parts and builds and whatnot, but also some adventures in Jeeps. I also have an 82 Scrambler that is kind of one of my favorites, and it goes on a lot of fun adventures. It's amazing to drive. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Look forward to seeing you on the channel, and yeah, keep building them. Bye.